So we're picking up where we left off. I have Box Collider 2Ds on my two platforms that I have. You can have one platform. You could also take this platform right here, and you could edit and just go duplicate, and then just drag that guy up too. And then that's another way to do it. And the nice thing there is everything that I already did to the one is already going to be there. The next thing I think we did in the other demo, but we're going to go and create an empty game object, and we're going to call this our character. And then on our character, we're going to add two things. We're going to add a sprite renderer if you haven't already done that, and we're going to add a rigid body 2D. That's important, rigid body 2D, and we're switching that to interpolate. If this has not been done in yours, you want to do that now. Okay, I had my program freeze up here, so kind of backtracking a little bit. Next thing is we are going to import our sprite sheet. Now, I was kind of talking about this at the end of the last demo. Really, you could take one that you have. You could separate it. Really, what would be best is separate it into idle and run and jump. But in this case, you don't have to. We can probably figure out a way around it. But I'm just going to pull in my idle. Now, I downloaded this one, so I'm going to pull in this this monkey idle sprite sheet. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here, and I have to set this to sprite mode multiple. Okay, so multiple right there. And then it's ready to roll. That way, it recognizes it as a sprite sheet that has a sheet of them, not just one sprite. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to go in, and now you can change the size here. I'm not going to do that, but we're going to go into our sprite editor. Okay, we're going to hit apply there. And now it depends. You can actually just click and drag to slice up this sheet. Okay, and that would be a slice right there. Okay, that would be one sprite. Okay, boom. And what you're trying to do is kind of stay outside the body. You're not cutting anything off. Now, you could do that and say you had idles on top and walks on the bottom, and you just want to do your idles, you could just do your idles. That's fine. You could also, just do your runs if that was the case. Yeah, I'm going to undo this because I'm going to do an auto slice. So I'm going to go up to slice. I'm going to keep it as automatic and just hit slice, and that way it's going to find them for me. That may or may not work for you, and if it doesn't work, you can just go back in and do it manually. It's not a big deal. Okay, so once I'm done there, hit apply, and I'm going to exit out. Okay. So the nice thing is if I hit this, now you can see all my sprites are there. Okay, you can see how it's kind of broken them down. Now we're pretty much ready to start kind of doing a little bit of animation here. Kind of slowly but surely. So we're going to go to our character now, and we added a sprite renderer, and it says sprite none. Now we already know what sprite we want it to be the first one. So we're going to go and take that so we can see him out there, and boom, drop him. And then there he is. So I'm on character. I have my crosshair tool open, and it's going to get him set. Okay, now watch what happens. I'm going to save this real quick. If I hit play, he's going to fall, right? He does not have, that character does not have any, physics apply to him yet. So we're going to apply those things. Now, what's recommended is you add a circle collider 2D to the feet. And I'm going to zoom in here, kind of get a little bit closer to work. And I'm going to use my edit collider, shrink that down. Now, you can use this, but here's the thing. You kind of have to be careful. You can have it intersect with the square, but I'm going to, I don't want to have it extending out of the square we're going to add. So we're actually going to add a box collider 2D as well. Make sure it's a box collider 2D, not just a regular box collider. And then this, again, you can shrink this up. What I'm going to do is I don't want his tail to be an issue, so I'm going to move that in. And then maybe move this down a little bit and move it in. So that's the stuff that actually makes contact. If the ball actually extended out of the box, you would actually see him hit and then roll because he's on that collider that is not square. So just heads up, something that's kind of interesting there. Might even need to add a couple box colliders. I'm gonna try this time. I'm gonna actually make one specifically for his head. Issue, but there we go. I think that'll work better. Let's see what happens there. I'm not really 100% sure if that's going to be good or bad. But oops. All right, so you could do two, but I'm going to do that, and hopefully that works out. Okay, so I'm going to save. Now if I hit play, I have those box colors on there. Boom. Now he's sitting right there, which is good. That's what we wanted to do. Okay, so go ahead and save that. After this, we're going to add a new component to our character. So I'm going to go character, and I'm going to just close up some of these so there's not a million of these there. I'm going to add component, and I'm going to add animator. So make sure you use animator, not animation. So I added the animator on, and what we're going to do is we're going to change the update mode. So you're going to see it over here. It says update mode normal. We want that to be update mode, let's see, animate physics. Okay, so update mode animate physics. Then go ahead and save. I'm just saving a lot because it crashed and I don't want this thing to lose everything. From there, we're going to go to our assets folder now. So go back to our assets folder down here in the left corner. We're going to go create an animator controller. This is going to be our controller for all of our animations, or at least the one right now. So I'm going to say monkey controller. You can title it what you want. If you just want to call it animation controller, I'm going to call it monkey controller. Okay, and that's there. Now I'm going to go back to my character, and you're going to see here we added an animator. It's asking for the controller. Well, we just made it. So now we're going to drag that and drop it into our controller over here. Right? And again, just make sure you're saving. We're going to go into our animator controller. You're going to see this is kind of like the layout of how animations work. So right now we have our entry point, and then it's going to go to something else. So it's going to go to like our idle state, or our idle spot, or our idle movement. So from here, we're actually going to open up another window. We're going to open up our animation window. And how you open that is go to Window and then Animation. Now, if your animator is not down here, I would recommend. I really do like having it down here, and I'm just toggling between project and animator. For animation, I like having it up top, so it might pop up some random place. I like it kind of in this whole thing with scene in game for now. I just think that works really well. Okay, and then what we're going to do here is we're going to create a new clip. So we need to click on our character. We're going to create a clip for him, and this window is going to pop up, and what we want to do is go into our assets folder and make a new folder there called animation. So underscore animations, create, and then this is going to be monkey idle animation. So hit save, and you're going to see it's going to pop up. So he enters the scene, and what happens? He goes right to his idle state. Okay, and now if this is that spot where we create a new clip. The other way to do that is here, but you need to make sure you can create a new clip there. The first time you need to click in this area. So what we're going to do now is we're going to actually open up our project. We're going to go into our sprites. It has our monkey sprite. And what I'm going to do here is shift select this thing. So shift select from 1 to whatever the end one is. I'm just going to simply drag and drop it up. Okay, you're going to see it pop up here. All right, and then the other thing, they recommend maybe 24 frames per second. I'm going to go 12. Okay, you can change if that doesn't work for you. I'm going 12 though. So, and then so far now we've gotten our idle thing to be ready to go. So I'm going to save, go back to scene, hit play. He's going to drop down, and then you can see right there he's animating. Okay, and that's where we want him to do. You can see there's maybe a little issue with like spacing or something, so you can go back and edit that so he doesn't look like he's like floating in space. That might be a box collider issue. You know, it doesn't have to be. It may not be a big deal. So you can adjust that as you see fit. Right, you can just adjust your box colliders. One other thing you can do is if you go to your character, to your sprites, you can also change your max size over here. So it might pop up as a smaller size. 2048 is what I have it on, and then just hit apply if you do change it. Okay, and then we're going to leave off there, and I'm going to pick up with the next demo.